Detroit's roar is about to shake the league. Lions News fan report faithful smash that like button and subscribe if you believe our defense is on the brink of a seismic shift. Picture this: Ford Field erupting as the shadows of last season's defensive collapse are banished, replaced by the thunderous footsteps of a warrior reborn. Can you feel the electricity in the air as August heat gives way to the crisp promise of autumn? Is Brad Holmes about to pull the trigger on the most electrifying comeback the Motor City has ever witnessed? Imagine a pass rush that didn't just sputter after Week 5 but sputtered no more. A unit resurrected by the single greatest edge rusher this franchise has seen in decades. Last year, when our defensive line looked bereft of bite, opposing quarterbacks strode in the clean pockets like tourists on a Sunday stroll. Pressures dried up, sacks vanished, and fans wondered if the roar they come to love had been silenced forever until whispers emerged that the man who terrorized offensive tackles with single-handed ferocity was inching toward a full return. Before fate intervened, he had already carved his name into Detroit's defensive lore, a juggernaut who blazed through double teams, gashing gaps with the relentlessness of a man possessed, piling up sacks and quarterback hurries as if the very ground beneath him trembled in fear. His rookie campaign was a masterclass in disruption. His game tape read like a tribute to havoc, boasting eye-popping pressure rates that sent ripples through pro football focus and made analysts salivate at the prospect of what was to come. Then came the snap herd round the division, the one that cost him his season and left the city yearning for redemption. But now, after months of blood, sweat, and painstaking rehab, every sign points to a triumphant return that could rewrite Detroit's destiny. In hushed locker room conversations, teammates speak of a renewed fire in his eyes, a hunger forged in the crucible of recovery. Coaches murmur about a defender who has refined his arsenal in ways we can only imagine sharpened his hand fighting, honed his spin moves, and perfected the counters that dazed linemen before they ever saw him coming. Meanwhile, the front office has quietly rejigged the supporting cast, re-signing key rotational pieces to ensure no roadblock stands between him and single-handedly shattering quarterbacks' confidence. Yet the true question isn't about roster depth, it's whether one man's comeback can ignite a collective resurgence. Could this be the moment our pass rush morphs from hopeful to historic? What if the missing link we chased through free agency and the draft was right under our noses all along? What if the warrior destined to lead this defense into a new era isn't just back, he's better than ever? As training camp jaws begin to snap and pads hit pads in preparation for the season opener, every snap offers a tantalizing glimpse of what might be. A blistering bull rush that bulldozes blockers, a lightning-quick swim move that leaves tackle, hands trailing in empty air, and a sideline-to-sideline pursuit speed that resurrects nightmares in opposing quarterbacks' waking hours. Yet even with every eye in the league trained on Detroit, the skeptics remain, quick to point out that ligament tears and recovery timelines are unpredictable beasts. Can he weather the pounding of an entire season without faltering? Will the legion of coaches and trainers really have restored him to peak form, or will rust and rust only give way to reminders of that fateful snap? As the countdown to kickoff ticks ever closer, these questions cling to the autumn breeze swirling around Ford Field. But one name echoes in every chant, every pregame prayer, every hopeful heart: Aidan Hutchinson. And when the real pads meet, real pads under those dazzling stadium lights, all that remains is the waiting to see if Detroit's roar will rise again, louder and fiercer than ever before, or if the ghost of last year's disappointment will cast long shadows across what should be a championship-caliber defense. The stage is set, the players are ready, and the only certainty is that history is about to be written. Asterisk if you believe the Lions are finally ready to roar. Hit that like, and let's finish what we started. Imagine a defense reborn, each snap echoing with the promise of vindication as Aidan Hutchinson ramps up to full throttle. What if his mere presence forces opposing coordinators to rewrite their entire game plan, sliding extra blockers his way and opening lanes for our interior? Rush to feast? Picture Detroit's identity shifting from a team known for heart to one feared for havoc, where a single blitz call can spark pandemonium in the backfield. We've seen what happened when a revitalized defense collides with an offense unprepared for relentless pressure. Just ask the 1991 squad that roared to 12 wins behind. Chris Spielman's sideline, the sideline ferocity, and Andre Tippett's game-changing sacks. Now, envision that swagger reborn in Honolulu blue and silver, but with a modern twist of speed and precision. This isn't mere nostalgia. It's a blueprint for a championship-caliber unit that could vault Detroit back onto the playoff map. After years of so close yet so far heartbreak, think of the roar that erupted when we clinched the NFC North in 2016. What if this is the beginning of an even grander legacy? One where our pass rush tops the league in pressures and hurries, where quarterbacks flinch when they hear the roar of Ford Field behind them. The stakes couldn't be higher, because if Hutchinson's comeback becomes the catalyst we hope for, every facet of this team transforms. Our secondary gains swagger knowing their front four has their back. Our offense seizes momentum with shorter fields generated by clutch third down stops. And fans who've endured seasons of frustration finally taste the sweet electricity of postseason triumph. We've already seen flashes in preseason showdowns. Hutchinson's first live reps delivered 2 pressures, a strip sack nearly recovered for 6, and a bull rush that flattened a starting right tackle so convincingly that teammates high-fived as they stormed back to the huddle. Coaches rave about his improved hand technique, the way he's added a countermove that betrays linemen's instincts, and his unmatched motor that never quits even after 3 consecutive snaps. If these glimpses translate to Week 1 versus a veteran quarterback, say, forcing 3 3-and-outs and racking up 2 sacks before halftime, then the narrative shifts from could he to when will he break the single-season sack record. And if that record falls, what does it do for our era-long quest to eclipse the shadows of the Bears' 1985 juggernaut or the Rams' immortal Ford defense of 2001? Rival fan bases will tremble as their cherished QBs whisper prayers at the line, knowing one missed chip block could trigger a Detroit blitz party. For the faithful in the stands, this is more than X's and O's. It's personal redemption. It's the little kid clad in no 97 gear, fist-pumping as the scoreboard flips in our favor. It's the Silverdome memories rekindled in every roar. It's every hold the Lions accountable sign replaced by watch the Lions terrorize. But beyond the hype, there's real work to be done every ankle tape, every film session, every off-season rep in the weight room has led to this crossroads. Can these singular moments coalesce into a season where Detroit's defense carries us past wild-card woes and into the noise of a playoff crowd hungry for upset? As Sunday's kickoff approaches, the only certainty is that the Motor City's heartbeat sinks with every sack dance, every forced turnover, every deafening roar that reminds the league, this is our moment. So tell me, Lions faithful, are you ready to witness the rebirth of Detroit's roar and stand tall as our defense reclaims its throne? The countdown is over. Let the mayhem begin.